Hello, it's Joel Fitzgerald for Monday's Admissions from the Heart. I love it how God always goes before me. No matter what the situation, the weather, everything that's happening in my life, He's always going before me. He's always protecting me, especially during this weather, because we've been having snow since November. And I'm sure a lot of you have too, especially those of you in the areas that aren't supposed to normally have snow, like North Carolina, Florida, whatever. You're getting to enjoy the same things that we do up here and getting a lot of snow. So it's just been great watching how He has been going before me, protecting me from the weather. He's been closing schools. He's been closing the opportunities for us to have driver's ed. We haven't been taking any kids out, and a lot of rescheduling has happened. And I love it how one time He did protect me from a student that wasn't in a snowstorm, because like I said, when it's a snowstorm, I'm not out there. Kids aren't out there, but we still have snow. The snows are still piled up here, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon because it's cold. So the snow is not melting. So anyway, there was a situation where I had a student who made a sharp turn, right turn, and then next thing you know, we were up in a snowbank. I was like, what the heck? And it wasn't even one of those situations where we could do the usual rocket and get the car out. It was just we were stuck. We were stuck, and it's on a main drag, trying to drive onto a main drag from a parking lot, and I was like, no. So I was like, okay, God, what are we gonna do here? I can't even use the methods of helping us get out of here. We don't have a shovel in the back of the car. And even when I opened the door, the snow was up to the bottom of the door. So God was going before me. A police officer happened to be driving by. He came up there like, what, are you guys having a problem? Yes, we are. And then he and his buddy, because his buddy was coming from the other direction, and said, oh, my buddy's over there helping somebody trying to get out. So they're both digging us out. They pushed us out, and boom, we were finally out. So it could have been so much worse, because they thought it was worse. They thought it was going to be like a crash report that they had to do. And it was like, nope. We just had to get out of that snow. So that was wonderful. Student was an excellent driver, just happened to make us wrong, had to be turned too early. Because a lot of times when you're turning with these big mounds of snow, you can't see around the mound of snow. So in her case, it wasn't even that. It was just that she made a wrong turn, a sharp turn, and we was in the snowbank. So I just loved it how God went before us by bringing a police officer. And then He's also reminded me by going before me with my health situation, because I've been talking about that for quite a while now. Last year this time, like I said, I was in a whole nother place right now. But yesterday He reminded me on how my health is getting better and better, mainly my sinuses, because the Nucala that I've been taking is one of the things that's helping any polyps that I might have shrink, and to keep my eosinophil numbers down. At this point, it's really out there. It's gone. It's down. But the smell factor, because sometimes I can smell, sometimes I can't smell, because it's been decades sometimes where I can smell all the time, because that's one of those senses you don't really pay attention to when it's gone, because it's going away and you don't notice that your smell has decreased, at least in my case. So now I've been noticing how I can smell a lot. I'm smelling stuff that either I haven't smelled before, or it's like, what is that smell? Because I don't recognize it. Because, when you go decades without fully smelling something, you don't know what it smells like. So yesterday, my husband was cooking this dish, and this dish had chili peppers in it. I'm in a whole nother room. He's in the kitchen. I'm in the other room, actually this room right here, which is 2 rooms away from the kitchen. And I'm starting to cough. I'm like, my nose is running. I'm like, what the heck is happening here? I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, oh my gosh, am I catching something? And then I hear my husband in there coughing, and we both started realizing that we're both coughing because of the chili peppers he's putting in this dish. I'm like, well, that's deep. One thing I like about that is when my sinuses don't work and I can't smell at all, only praise to God that when that happens, it doesn't affect my taste buds. I can still taste food. It's fabulous. It's just that when I can't smell, the food tastes even better. It's just like, oh, it's an added thing to it. So since I was going through this coughing and sneezing, because I was sneezing like crazy, I was like, what the heck? It is because I could smell. So I was like, wow, I don't like what was happening, but the fact that since my polyps weren't blocking anything or the smells were working because I could smell him cooking in there. I could smell the chili peppers, and it's just like we both like. It's almost like it was how sometimes you have onion, and then the onion makes your tears up, But we didn't tear up, but it was having that. It was a definite reaction that was in the air, and I was like, I don't like it, but I like it because that means my science are working. And the dish was fabulous because I could smell all the details of the peppers and cabbage, and he had a bunch of stuff. It was a major vegetarian dish. So good. So that just helped remind me, okay, God, yeah, okay, something's happening here. Something's happening. Because I can't look at my sinuses unless I go to the doctor and they look. And, it's going to be a minute before I go to the next appointment. But just getting those reminders, okay, I'm working. I'm working for your good. I'm working for your good. I'm always working before you. So this is going to be real quick and short just to give you that little bit of information because it's like, okay, God, what do you want me to talk about this time? So, I want you to talk about me going before you. And then we're going to look at these scriptures about how in Psalm 5:12 and Isaiah 26:3. So it says, surely, Lord, you bless the righteous. You surround them with your favor as with a shield. And that's Psalms 5:12. That's just reminding me of how he's protecting me while I'm out in this weather. And protecting me and the students in particular because the students are inexperienced and how he's protecting us. And then you will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast because they trust in you. That's Isaiah 26:3. Because when we were out there, when I'm driving around with the students in this weather, I'm always at perfect peace even if something crazy starts happening. And it's all because it's his peace. So not a whole lot to talk about this time. Just wanted to get there and say hello. Keep safe out there in this weather because it eventually will melt because spring is coming a few months down the road. But enjoy this beautiful weather that God has given us right now as he keeps us safe. See you next week. We'll talk about something else.